Thanks so much for joining me. I am so excited to do some more learning with you. Today, you are going to need your social studies book with the flag on it. You are also going to need a pencil, and then you will need some sort of highlighter. Now, instead of a pencil, Miss Wilhelm is using a marker, but that's just so you can see it better. So go ahead, pause the video, grab those things. When you're ready, come back and join me. Here's our social studies book, and the page that you're going to be looking for is page 190. 190. So if you need to, you can pause the video and then go ahead and find that page and make sure you're on that page before Miss Wilhelm keeps reading. So page 190. All right, we are now officially on lesson 2. Lesson 2 is all about goods and services. And before this, we learned about needs and wants. Okay? Now, goods and services for today is the big topic. So the big question is, I will know what goods and services are, okay? And your vocabulary words are both goods and services. So go ahead and find the very first heading and put your pointer finger on it. Hopefully you're pointing right there. Goods at home is our very first heading, and goods at home means this entire section right below it is going to be about goods at home. So pointer fingers are ready. We're pointing to the very first word and we're reading along with Miss Wilhelm. Here we go. Goods are things that people grow or make. Grow or make. Most people today buy goods from others. Some of the goods people use at home are food, dishes, tables, and chairs. Now, our first reading check has come up. It says, draw a picture of a good you use at home. Now, you might use dishes or tables or chairs, and I do, but I want to think about something they didn't talk about. And I know one of my favorite ones is this. Maybe you can tell by my drawing what I'm drawing a picture of. If not, you can draw the same thing or you can draw something different. Totally up to you. I'm drawing my bed. I didn't make my bed. Somebody else made my bed. That's a good that I bought. I bought that at a store and I took it to my home and I use it every single night. You might have also drawn your kitchen table. You might have drawn your couch or your TV or your computer. There's all sorts of things that other people made for you that you enjoy, right? Finish up your picture. It doesn't have to be colored in, whatever works best for you. And then you can go ahead and take a look at the next page. And get those pointer fingers ready because you know I like it when you follow along with me, right? Okay, the next heading says goods in school and the community. So these are the goods that were in my house. Now we're going to talk about school, okay? My other favorite place to be. All right, here we go. Go along with me. You use goods at school. Your school has books and computers. You use goods in your community. You may choose to buy a toy, or your parents might buy a car, or you might buy a book. There are all sorts of things, right? Okay, our next reading check is here. Let's read it together. On the line, write the name of another kind of good used in school. Now, I know some of us aren't actually in the classroom, but if you can, think back to kindergarten. When you were in that classroom, what else did you use? And even in your virtual classroom now, what is something that we use? Oh, I just got an idea. We write in it all the time. It's got lines. The front of it is colorful. I use a blank at school. I use a, maybe you can read this word. A notebook at school. Notebook. Notebook. I use a notebook at school. Or paper or pencils. Those are things I did not make, but I used, but somebody else made them, right? Now you can even look down here in this lovely picture that they included. Computer, Play-Doh, paper, a ruler, paintbrushes, a cup, scissors. All of those things are made by somebody and the school buys them or you buy them to use them. They are goods. If you need to take more time to draw or write, go ahead and pause the video. If not, we're going to keep on going and we're going to flip the page. School and community services. Okay, so we've talked about goods. Now we're going to talk about services. Services are kind of like actions. They are things that you do rather than things that you can buy, okay? Or items that you can hold. So services, point along with me, are tasks that people do to help others. They are tasks or actions. You can see many service workers at school. Your teacher helps you learn. A cook makes you lunch. Or we have a custodian that helps keep us clean and safe. Or we have a principal that helps keep us safe and organized. There are many services in the community. Some service workers are firefighters, nurses, store clerks, and bus drivers. And they even have a photograph of one. This is a city bus driver. So let's look at our next reading check now. Main idea and details. Write one thing a service worker does. So some of the service workers, I'm going to go back, even though it doesn't tell me to, and I'm going to underline some. We have a cook, we have a teacher, we have firefighters, nurses, store clerks, and bus drivers. I think I'm going to write about nurses. And it says, write one thing a service worker does. Nurses help take care of us. Make sure you have that nice, pretty handwriting, the capital letter at the beginning, finger spaces, and a period, please. That's all signs of good first grade writing. Now, could you have written something different? Absolutely. Nurses are not the only service workers that we talked about, so you could definitely have something different. All right, let's look at the next side. If you need to pause, go right ahead. Main idea and details. Name a service at school. Why is it important? Now, you could write about teachers or principals, or you could write about Miss Braun, who works at the front desk. I am going to write about our lunch ladies because they are absolutely terrific and I miss them while working at home. Name a service at school and why it is important. Our lunch ladies are important because BECAUSE, they make us yummy food. Period. Again, check out those that capital letter, those finger spaces, and that period. Our lunch ladies are important because they make us yummy food. And we know from the lesson before that food is a need. We have to have it to live. So the fact that they make it for us at school is simply amazing, right? If you need more time, go right ahead, pause the video. No big deal. I completely understand. But to keep the video short, I'm going to keep on going. What kind of service would you like to do for other people? Now, being a teacher, I do perform a service, right? I teach you guys. So I kind of already picked my service, but you could pick something different. You could be a firefighter, a police officer, a nurse, a doctor, a bus driver, someone that does something for someone else. So I'm going to pretend I'm not already a teacher and I'm going to write one about being a teacher, but you could write something completely different. I would like to teach people and help them learn, right? That service that I do is a service and not a good, because that's not something I can hold in my hands, right? It's not something I make. It's a job that I do, a task or an activity. I would like to teach people and help them learn. And just so you know, Learn, not an M. I'm sorry, those look so close together. All right, again, if you need to pause that video, I completely understand, but to keep this video a little bit shorter, I'm going to move on to the next question. Understand the quest connection. What is a good or service you might want to buy? So this is completely different for all of us. So you can absolutely answer this however you'd like. What is a good or service that you might buy? Go ahead and think about it for a minute. Think about it for a minute. Yell it out when you're ready. Now, I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm going to write about a good. A good, I want to buy is a new desk. As you can see, mine's kind of small, and so I would love a newer one that's a little bit bigger. And it's not a service because it's not an action, it's a good. Somebody physically makes desks, and I can go to the store, I can trade in my money, and I can buy a new desk. So a good I want to buy is a new desk. Now, you might have something completely different. It doesn't matter. It's different for all of us because we're doing this independently, but it's totally up to you. Just make sure that it makes sense. You have a capital letter, spaces between your words, please, and a period at the end. All right, first graders, if you need to pause, go right ahead. If not, I'm going to switch over the video so you can see my beautiful face again. There I am. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I had so much fun learning about goods and services. Hopefully you did too. I really appreciate you being responsible and doing your afternoon jobs. Those are always so important, and learning with me. Thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful rest of your day. See you later, alligators. Bye.